Hello once again, welcome back to Psyance for yet another beer review. This time I've got another can and it is from Pistonhead and it is a can of their full amber lager. So that's the can. Nice orange can with a skull on there. See all the way around there. With all the writing on and everything. Let's say what it says. It says, right at the top of the can, it says dry hopped with Citra and Cascade hops. Brew full amber type lager. It's 6% ABV. A quality Pistonhead product brewed with selected Citra hops. Brutal brewing, caution, drink in moderation. Yeah, it's Australian, this is apparently. According to the can, Australian. And all the writing on the back of all the ingredients is in, well, some other, oh yeah, okay, yeah, there's the English and then all the rest is in some other different language. So it's a dark, full-bodied amber lager, brewed with hints of spicy citrus with a bitter twist. Full amber lager is a dark, full-bodied brew. It's dry hop with Citra and Cascade hops that offer a spicy citrus edge. They're really repeating themselves on the can there, aren't they? Should we get it open? Pick this up from... got a big smell of orange when I open that can then. Pick this up from Morrison's. Bit of water left in the glass. Picked this up from Morrison's a few weeks back now. It was in one of their, whatever they do a deal, so many for £5-6, whatever they do. So that's it all. You can see how it's dark in the glass, almost like a bitter really. It's supposed to be lager. I can smell the let's put that down there. I can smell the citrus coming off it. Got a head on it, 1 finger head, 1.5 fingers. Always end up using my Tetney glass. It's either my Tetney's glass or my Brewdog glass when I'm doing reviews. Let's get a sniff on it. Ooh. Yeah. Sort of whacks you in the face really, that citrus. Definitely oranges, grapefruit. Something else there as well. You got... It's got to be the Cascade hop. You got the citrus there, but there's something else that I can't. Something competing with it, and I don't know what it is. It's creamy. Reminds me of smelling a soup for some reason. No, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it in the taste. Cheers. Not as overpowering as I thought it was going to be for a Citra hop and Cascade hops. I was expecting a bit more, like a bit more whack in the taste. It's but then again, it is a lager, and as lagers go, that's very nice compared to our typical lagers that you see in pubs. The tasteless stuff, because that's got quite a bit of flavour to it. Yeah, very similar to the smell. You got your your oranges, your grapefruit, and there is that something that I really can't put my finger on what it is. But other than that, there's not a lot else going on. Still, the carbonation on it, it's not. It doesn't feel like a lot there. It's more, even though it's canned. It's like drinking a normal ale off of a cask or something. It's not flat, but the bubbles and the fizziness, it's not hitting you, and it's smooth, really. It's dangerously easy to drink for 6%. But it's nice. I'm not getting a lot else though. Bland on one side. Not in a bad sense, bland, like a typical lager we have. But just a plain ale. And then you get that kick of the citra. Oh, excuse me. And you get that in the throat as well as the aftertaste. That's there as well. I'm being pretty useless with this one, ain't I? But you definitely don't get the taste that it's really strong for a 6%. Where you get some beers and they go 5.5 above. You get that alcoholic kick. There's none of that in this. So in that sense, it's quite dangerous. 6%. You could have a couple of these and not, depending on your tolerance levels of drinking, you could have a couple of them and all of a sudden you're sitting there thinking, "Woo, I've had a few too many," and not realising it. But it's not. It's nice, but it's not exciting. For all the promise it's on the can, like the skull, the design, the colours and the writing now, and it's promising so much. And for a lager, it's a lovely colour for a lager, don't get me wrong. That amber colour, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful colour, lovely. It's quite clear, and yeah, that's what you want a beer to look like. And it's reddish ale, really. Reminds me of Guinness Red when they used to do that. But it's that citrus is competing against something, and it's making it a bit bland as well. It's making it a bit. There's the citrus, and then there's the horrible bit, almost in a bad sense, like when you've thrown fruit away a couple of days later. It's like that. But on the taste, not too much going on. Then the aftertaste of the oranginess comes, so it's not really exciting. So I better give this a rating out of 10. I would say it promises so much, could have been a lot more. And for a 6% ale or crap beer, whatever you want to call it, I think there's better ones out there, especially if you're going to promise so much of making big promises on the hops you're using. So for that reason, I would give this Pistonhead Full Amber Lager, I would give that, from Psyance, I'd give that a 5 out of 10. For a lager, try it. If you like lagers, definitely give that a go. It's probably a lot better than the lagers that we get here in England, that you see in typical bars, but otherwise just a 5 out of 10 for me. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.